Google just recently made some changes to Google Classroom and added some things that they didn't have before. So I wanted to quickly go through all of the different changes to Google Classroom and where you can find them. The first thing is that now you can go and you can organize your students by last name. So if I go to an assignment that has been created already and I click on that, if I want to see my students in alphabetical order by last name instead of by first name, what I can do is I can go here to where it says students and there's a little down arrow, and I can click on that and I can choose the sorting that I want to use. So I'm going to choose to sort by last name here, and then it will change the order of my students so that now instead of first name they're ordered by last name. Right? The second thing that they did, you can do at this same page, and that is to export all of the grades. To export grades, you're going to go to this button right here that says download. Now, before you can do this, you have to make sure that you grade all of the assignments, and then you have to return the assignments to the students. You can't download the scores until after that has taken place. So to return the assignments, you make sure that you check all the boxes, and you can check all of them if you want, and then you click the return button and it will return all of the assignments, or you can return them one at a time. It doesn't matter, but until all of them are returned, they won't show up on the downloaded spreadsheet. Now, when you download, you can either choose to download this assignment, which will download only the grades that are on here, or you can download all of your assignments, which will do all of the assignments that you have in your Google Classroom. So you can click on all assignments, and so that's what I did. I clicked on download all assignments, and my download shows up down here, and if I look at it, I'll have to do some formatting issues. But I currently only have 2 assignments, so if you look on here, my 2 assignments have grades for both of those assignments, and then I can take those and export them into a gradebook program, or I can manually enter them into a gradebook program. Okay, so that's another one of the things. The next thing that they did is they changed the ability for teachers to do permissions for what students can post. So up to this point, students have been able to post whenever they wanted to. And then when students would post, a teacher would have to go in, and if they didn't like the post, they could delete them and things like that. But now, if you go into the Student tab, so you can't do this from the Stream tab, you have to go to the Student tab. If you go in here, you can choose the different things, or your different options for students, and there are 3. The first one is students can post and comment. The second one is students can comment only, and the third one is that only teachers can post or comment. So if you don't want any comments, you click on the third one. If you want students to comment on some things, then you can choose the second one, and of course if you want them to post, you can choose the first one. Now, post means that your students can make announcements, so they can come up here and make any announcement that they want to your class. If you turn that off and leave comments on, then they have to leave comments on an announcement that you make or an assignment that you make. Another thing that they have done is they've put a feature here where you can show deleted items. So if you want to see what you've deleted for one reason or another, you can click on this button right here, and any deleted comments or other items that you have. So let's say that I've deleted some assignments. I can go back and look at the assignments that I deleted by clicking on this button right here. The last thing that they changed that I want to show you is from the not from the teachers, but from the students' point of view. So I'm going to go to a classroom where I'm a student, and in this, when I'm a student, I can look here and see an assignment that has been given to me, but this assignment does not have a Google Doc that's attached to it, and there's nothing that I'm supposed to write on the assignment. So before, in order to turn in an assignment, you had to have a document that you were turning in. But now, if as the student I click on this assignment, if there's nothing that I'm really supposed to turn in, I can just click here that says, this button that says mark as done, and then it will show that I have completed the assignment for my teacher. Now, by the way, this mark right here is just saying what this does, because this is the first time that I've done it. I've actually never clicked OK on that button before. But when you click mark as done, then it'll submit the assignment for you, but you won't have a Google Doc attached to it or something like that. And so those are oh, and then the last thing, I almost forgot. The last thing is that you can input students as Google Groups. So if you have groups of students and you want to invite students, I have to go back to the teacher view for this. If you want to invite students to your class and you have them in a Google group already, you click on the invite button in your students tab, and instead of just going by contacts and searching by contacts, you can go by groups. So if you have groups already set up, you can invite an entire group to be a part of a class, and you can set up your classes that way. So those are the changes that Google made over the last week.